as the mixtape god.
Official, fans heat seek just like a missile. It's hip-hop, jewels get dropped, I chop crystal. Eat a rapper lyrically, clap you, spit out the gristle. Take a L, go to hell, don't press the issue. Rip up your tissue, wordplay like a whistle. Beats to Bristol.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today I'm going to give you a quick take on two new fragrances from the house of Hendley Perfumes. They are going to be called Blonde and Untitled. And, you know, I'll talk to you very quickly about why you only see one sample in front of you. But, you know, Hans Hendley is the perfumer behind Hendley Perfumes. This is a brand that I just adore. I've done a scent safari on this brand. I've done quick take on two fragrances, Moan and Amora, M-O-W-N, not like Moan, like, you know, getting it on Moan and Amora. And I've done a full review on Jade, which is one of my favorite springtime fragrances of all time. I love all of his work, which smells like a lot of naturals with some aroma chemicals placed in strategically for lift and fill-in and performance. And I'll also tell you that Hans personally is a great guy. He's been unbelievably kind to me, generous with his time and offers. I'm trying to learn how to perfume, and I can just say he's been great in that regard. So I wouldn't tell you I like his shit if I didn't, but I definitely like him, and I really respect what he's doing with his brand. And I'm going to be doing a series on my channel about my top 5 favorite niche brands and indie brands and designer brands. And so definitely expect me to talk about Hendley, you know, when I talk about my favorite indie brands, because I just think what he does is great. Of course, I'll link to his site in the description, and you can check his stuff out. And I also like the fact that if he doesn't have a material, he doesn't fuck around. He just will discontinue a scent and just be like, it's not available until he can make it right. He's kind of, to me, I kind of look at him a little bit as like the East Coast Slumber House. He's a little more accessible, I feel like, and like you can sort of get in touch with him a little bit easier than Josh and Slumber House. But I feel like the quality and dedication to craftsmanship is there for both those guys. So he sent me samples of Blonde and Untitled, and this is Untitled, and I have Blonde here because when I did I put both samples on my table, this table, for a mail call photo on Instagram, and when I picked them up, I dropped it, and the bottle of Blonde broke. And so I did everything I could, like there was glass everywhere, and I was able to drain a little bit out into this so that I could do the video and sample it a little bit and filter the little bits of glass out. But that's why you don't see Blonde. So I have a full sample of Untitled and a little bit of Blonde. But anyway, Blonde is $28 for the 9 ml travel spray, $150 for the flacon. You guys should know he also does discovery kits and individual samples if you want to go to the website and just get like a discovery kit or individual samples. And the notes on Blonde are cantaloupe, jasmine, osmanthus, absolute, iris root, suede, sandalwood, musk, complex, and ambergris. And to me, yeah, this is just like a buttery, over-the-top iris scent. Yeah, it's just really beautiful. It's like, you know how there's like buttery leather scents? Like, it's just like, wow, this is buttery leather. You know that buttery leather smell? Well, that's like the buttery iris smell of Blonde. And I feel like the osmanthus and the cantaloupe are sort of just there to accentuate this beautiful iris. Accord that this fragrance is all about. There's suede in here. There's just all these beautiful notes that complement this this iris. But this is like what you want to wear if you want to drown in that iris unadulterated smell. It's almost Soliflor like to me. and that I just really smell intense iris, and it's just like creamy and rich and fruity, and there's different nuances to it, and it sort of comes off your skin in different ways, and as your skin heats up, this sort of projects better. This is just amazing. Just if you like iris, if you like pure iris scents, I really recommend checking this one out. It's as good as Xerjov's take on iris, which has more going on to it, but that quality is certainly there. This is like a love letter to iris to me. So I love this. This is beautiful to me. But the next one is Untitled. And Untitled has the same pricing as Blonde, but this one is vetiver, iris, sandalwood, and musk. And yeah, man, I love this too. Like, these are, like, to me, these really go hand in hand. One is a love letter to iris, and one is a love letter to vetiver. And this has iris in it too, but this is just like super green vetiver, like real green vetiver. I have different vetiver materials, and like this just smells like that. It smells like pure, like he just bottled vetiver oil. And then there's this creamy sort of sandalwood here, this complex, I don't want to say animalic base, but there's something else going on that's a little bit funky. So it's like the notes here, I feel like the surrounding notes are just to accentuate that vetiver. This really nice green, lush, rich vetiver. It's almost like showing off both of these. It's almost like saying, look. Now, in Blonde, if he really constructed this iris accord, and this isn't a base or anything like that, then god fucking damn. Or this is like, because Orris butter doesn't smell like this to me. This smells like either an amazing base or an amazing, either a purchased base, and I'm talking about in Blonde now, or a ridiculously made iris accord. And if either way, this is like a win, because I've never smelled a base like this, and if he made this, then my God. But I want to buy, please sell me the base you used to make your accord, your base. And then on the same thing, it's like vetiver. This is like, whoa, man, either you got the craziest vetiver ever from some supplier, and where you get vetiver from doesn't matter, believe me. There's 50, probably 50, 50, probably 5,000 ways you could get vetiver, and the quality differs dramatically. So he's either flexing like, yo, I got the illest vetiver in the world, look at this, or he figured out how to take some vetiver that I've smelled before, that everyone smelled before, and with a very deft hand accentuate it in a way that's like, see what I can do to this without it's like a magic trick, like when you were looking over there, this is what I did to this vetiver to make it smell like this. So both of these are just like very plain Jane, but like super quality, man. They're like $600 plain white Hermes t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you're like, well, what's the big deal? And then you put it on, and you're like, oh shit, like I don't want to wear a white t-shirt from anyone else. Yeah, it smells like iris. Yeah, it smells like vetiver. Where are you gonna get a better thing that smells just of iris, or a better thing that smells just of vetiver? And again, I don't want to be like, I'm not trying to be pedantic, but like, there are other things here sort of supporting it. As I said, there's like, you get a little bit of this fruity as mantis in Blonde, and there's some suede under it, and here in Untitled there's like this iris and the sandalwood, but these are all about the highlights, the highlighted notes in both of them. So I love these. I'm a huge fan of both. I will put both on a list to purchase someday, which has like my list is 70,000 things at this point, but these are definitely both bottle worthy. If you like these notes, you should own these. If you like Dior's vetiver, this is as good as Dior's vetiver, and the Blonde is as good as any iris fragrance I've ever smelled. So that's what I'm saying. I think these are amazing. Check them out. I'm gonna link to his site in the description, so you can check these out on your own. Just get a sample, see if I'm lying. That's all. See if Max is making it up. Get yourself a couple samples if you like these notes, and tell me that these aren't. And very good performance on both of these. It was harder for me to wear blonde, obviously, but I did get a couple dabs, and as I said, I was exercising that day and it just really popped off me. And Untitled had great performance for me a couple days at work. So amazing performance from Hans. I'd expect nothing less. I will link in the description. Check these out. Thank you for sending these to me. I think they're both amazing. All right, guys, I'll see you again real soon with more videos. You already know what it is. My name, obviously, is Maximilian, and I must know. Peace. Leave a comment. Let me know what's your favorite fragrance from Hendley. My favorite still, though, just so everyone knows, is still Jade. That's still available on his website. You should check that out, because that's one of the craziest green, bright fragrances that I've ever smelled in my life. It is an amazing mint fragrance. All right, guys, later.
Block looking like Beirut. Drug dealers and dope fiend transactions, and they both shoot. Coke glued around the block, circulating at a young age. I learned the art of masturbation. OG uncles who had a hustle game learned the art of money making. Bodies on the ground, summer 80.